If I rode past you on this bike, you probably wouldn't think twice. At first glance, it looks like a normal 26-inch fat tire bike, but when you look closer, you notice a big 52-volt battery in the middle, and then a hub motor in the back, and wait, there's a hub motor in the front too? It even has a claimed top speed of 42 miles an hour.
35, 36, 37.
Then you realize, maybe I'm not looking at a normal bike here. It's called the OTIDA X2, and at first glance, it looks a lot more like a fat tire mountain bike than a performance e-bike. And with the crackdown on e-bike regulations, bikes like this that don't scream for attention are more important now than ever. So is this sleeper bike slept on? Let's take it for a spin and find out.
That's a top speed run. Let's see how fast we can get this thing. Dual motor mode really eases you off the line into that power. 26, 27, 29, 30, 32. We're gonna start going downhill here. 36, wow, 38. Man, this thing is quick. To be fair, they do say that the top speed is between 38 and 42 miles an hour. We'll test that again, but just off the bat, man, this is a pretty speedy little bike. Well, it's not really a little bike. This thing is huge. It is a 26-inch mountain bike style bike, so it is big. We'll do a quick 0 to 20 off the line. So there's a few different modes you can have this thing in. There's obviously dual motors, and you can actually have both the motors off so that the throttle just doesn't work at all. And if you hold the I button, you can cycle between the different modes. So why don't we do a 0 to 20 with just the rear wheel? 3, 2, 1. Gentle, definitely. 13, 15, 17, 8, 20. There we go. So in rear mode only, that feels like a completely normal electric bike. Front motor mode now, we'll see how that is. You kind of burned the tire there in front motor mode. All right, I don't know why you do this, but front motor mode, that's a strange feeling in front motor mode because it's like wanting to pull the front. It's like being in a front wheel drive car. It kind of torque steers. And 20, there we go. And now the moment that you're waiting for, we will switch it into dual motor mode. And now we will go off the line. 3, 2, 1, go. Still pretty gentle on that power. I'm not sure if you could go in the settings and mess with it. 16, 19, 22. Okay, so we kind of skipped over 20 there. But yeah, it's definitely quicker in dual motor mode. It feels really strong once you start getting up into the higher RPMs. I should also mention that these are dual 1500 watt motors on this bike for 3000 watts total of output. For the power off the line, I'm sure it's just due to tuning, but it really eases you in. There's a lot of dual motor bikes that will burn that front wheel up off the line, but this is a 26-inch bike too, so you have a bigger wheel. Once you twist that throttle, it gets going. So let's try another top speed run here. 35, 37, and 38. That's where I'm calling it. Yeah, so in dual motor mode, you definitely get a little bit more speed. I'm gonna switch it into single motor mode and see what my top speed can be. I'm just gonna do it in the rear wheel mode only because really the front wheel drive mode is just kind of useless. Wow, that absorbs bumps really nice with the 26-inch fat tires plus the full suspension on this bike. We'll talk about that in a second. It looks like it's getting us up to about 28 miles an hour on single motor mode only. Not bad for a bike like this. If you wanted to just have a chill experience, you could throw it into single motor mode. With all these e-bike crackdowns and all the stuff like that, which I think, in my opinion, is a little bit overblown, and I don't think it's as serious as people think it is, but with all that in mind, ooh, big bump. I'm sure there's people out there that are worried about buying a fast-looking e-bike. And the cool thing about this bike is it just kind of looks like a normal bike with a battery strapped to the middle. You know, people aren't going to notice that it has 2 hub motors on it. People are going to obviously notice the battery. People understand what e-bikes are nowadays. They get it, but it doesn't really look like anything spectacular. It's a cool looking bike. I love the way this thing looks. But with these e-bike crackdowns and stuff, I think if you pedal by an officer on this bike, they're really not going to bother you. Whereas if you're riding something that looks like a dirt bike or a motorcycle, well, then maybe you're going to get more attention from the police. So that's probably this bike's biggest benefit, is just the fact that it looks really subtle, but it is a quick bike. I will do a little bit of off-roading on this bike since we got full suspension, fat tires, and dual motors for plenty of power. Feels good. I mean, we're cooking on this thing. It's just a little unsettling because you're kind of high up on here. Oh man, we're going 30 on the grass. Wow. Oh man, my eyes are watering up. I can't see anything. But yeah, that's quick over the grass, man. A lot of times these bigger bikes aren't great off-road because with the smaller 20-inch wheels, you got more torque to play with. But we'll go down here and do a hill test and see how it climbs. So I'm gonna try this from just a stop right here and flooring it, dual motor mode. Oh yeah, it's clawing its way up this hill. Just leaning forward so the front wheel doesn't spin out as much. Yeah, wow, that's nice. It really climbed up that hill real nice. I'm gonna go over here and we'll see how it does up a little bit of a steeper section here. So let's go. Twisting the throttle completely. Oh yeah, it's just clawing its way up. But ultimately, oh, it was a little bit too steep for it. I should have pedaled, but I'm in the wrong gear. I'm in 7th gear. So if you are looking for something that you can take off-road like this, this isn't, this definitely can do it. A dual motor bike is gonna be good for going off-road. You do feel a little bit high up on this. I'm used to being a little bit closer to the ground on a 20-inch bike or on a dirt bike. Oh, little jump. I got some air there. Nice, man. This, oh, hit a bump. This thing is really good. The suspension feels nice on this. This is about as good of a test as you're gonna, oh, big puddle. This is about as good of a test as you're gonna get for the suspension on here. I mean, it's very bumpy and it feels okay for a 26-inch bike like this. That back is definitely doing something. It's actually pretty soft. Front also is helping out too. I got it in the fully open position, so I got the most amount of shock absorption right now. But it feels good for a mountain bike like this. It's not a dirt bike, but it does feel good. It's acceptable, that's for sure. So let's test out the brakes on here. Going about 25, 27. Let's start from 30. Yeah, pretty good, especially considering these are 26-inch wheels. They're huge and they're not easy to stop. They're Logan hydraulic brakes, which are some of the best hydraulic brakes that I've tested on these affordable entry-level e-bikes like this. So look, if you're doing near 40 miles an hour on a bike, you wanna have some solid hydraulic brakes, that's for sure. The legend. What's up, Fredo? Damn. How you doing? How you doing, man? Good to see you. All right, so let's test out pedaling on this thing. You can't put it in 0, so you're just completely on your own. So the pedal assist on this bike is weird. You guys can see that I'm pedaling right now, and it takes me up to 19 miles an hour on pedal assist 1 here, and it sort of just gives you all the power up until 20 miles an hour, and then it keeps you going and everything. I'm kind of inputting a little bit of power. I'm on rear mode only, and I'm on pedal assist 1. It's cutting me off at like 20. And it seems like it's geared so that you can still be putting down some power at 20 miles an hour, but it sort of just wants to blast you up to 20 and then it cuts off completely. And it does look like the pedal assist limits your top speed on here too. So on pedal assist 1, you're limited to 20 miles an hour on this. You know, since this is a mountain bike, obviously it's heavy. You don't want to be pedaling this thing when you're completely on your own. But you know, if you do want to get some exercise and pedal on this thing, you can. But even in the lowest pedal assist setting, you're still getting a lot of assist. So just be mindful of that. And then if you go up from there, let's see, I'll put it in 5 now in pedal. And it's whoa, it just said 55 miles an hour. That's crazy. What the heck is going on, man? Yeah, so it'll take you up over 25 miles an hour when you're pedaling in pedal assist 5, but really after like 22, 23 miles an hour, you're not doing much as far as inputting power on this thing. But out here on the road like this, dual motor mode is definitely where I want to be at. And it feels really good. It feels like a big 26-inch mountain bike. I mean, these 26-inch bikes, they ride way different than the small 20-inch moped style bikes. You feel high up. You feel like you're driving a truck almost. It's just slower to respond, and it feels a lot more substantial. If you're a big guy, then these 26-inch bikes like this are gonna feel really good for you. At 5'9", I'm at about the limit, I would say, for this bike as far as how short you could be. You could probably be like 5'8", maybe 5'7", and fit on this, but the seat is almost all the way down. I don't have the seat in the position where it'd be comfortable for me to pedal. Like pedaling right now, I'm just in kind of like a casual position, but if I really wanted to put some power down, I'd have to raise that seat up a little bit. But everything does feel solid. Like it feels like a well-built bike. It feels like a higher quality bike than $1,300, that's for sure. This is a really good price for this bike, and they do have that more expensive dual battery version for I think $15.99. I've gone 7 miles. I haven't seen that battery bar drop at all yet, so we'll see how much range I can get on this ride. I'll probably go about 15, maybe 20 miles on today's ride, so not super far, but 30 amp hour battery, 52 volts, that's really, really good for this price especially. You're starting to see a lot of cheaper 52 volt batteries nowadays. They do say you can get about 40 to 60 miles of range on this thing, and they claim that the max load on this bike is 500 pounds, which is crazy. That's a lot of cargo and a heavy rider right there. Yeah, and they do say that this bike weighs about 96 pounds, which definitely is no lightweight, especially for a bike that you want to be pedaling. But overall, I think the styling on this thing looks really, really cool. We're kind of in the shade right now, but man, I like the styling on this. I'm a big fan of like this 90s sort of style graphic on here. I love this, the black and gold with that green. It just looks really, really good. They also have silver, but I opted for this black one. Oh, got a bag. I noticed here it does say Birchta down there, and Birchta kind of is known for making this style of bike, like the big dual motor mountain bike style bikes. And I think they are associated with OTIDA to some degree. I've seen reviews on Birchta bikes, but yeah, I guess they're somehow associated with Birchta. But also I took off the saddlebags for this ride. Typically I would have them on, but I just wanted to take them off for this ride because I wanted to get some good shots of the bike. But I also got some B-roll shots that you can see that I'm putting over on the screen right now. Still looks really good with the bags on there, and they are very functional. It's really nice to see a bike company do that where they actually include saddlebags. I think this thing looks absolutely sick with the gold forks on here. Really good headlight. Horn is really loud. This is what our headlight looks like here on the X2. We got a horn that's actually pretty loud. Then we have a nice backlight on here so you can see this display really nice during the day and at night. Our tail light is also extremely bright for night riding, and you can see it lights up when we squeeze the brake lever too. Brake solid, power solid, wheels feel pretty good. I probably would upgrade the tires at some point because these are kind of like the cheap Chow Yang ones. I've been riding out here for probably about 40 minutes or so, and I've gone about 9 miles. And the seat isn't super comfortable on this bike. I mean, it is a mountain bike. You know, I'm not a big fan of the bicycle seats on electric bikes for long distances at least. But overall, the comfort on this thing feels pretty good. It feels decently stable. There's no wobbles in the handlebars or anything. So it feels like it's well made. It's a relatively comfortable bike. If this was me, I would switch out the seat for sure. Typically my style of bike is more like the moped, motorcycle, e-moto style bikes. But you know, for a mountain bike, this is totally doable. It's totally fine. And if you're in the market for something like this, you want a fast mountain bike, then this is gonna be a good option for you. Pretty crazy range on this thing too. I mean, I've gone almost 10 miles now and the battery's still reading completely full, which is just pretty nuts. You know, I think you can get some really good range out of this. I've been just mashing around out here on dual motor mode, so I can see the display pretty well, by the way, on this. It's about 12 o'clock, so the sun is shining right down on this thing. Whew, you can hear my voice, a little bumpy. We're at a time now where e-bikes are pretty much perfect. I mean, it's crazy. Think about it. You can buy this bike for less than $1,300, and it's got dual motors, got a 52-volt battery, really, really big battery for plenty of range. It's built decently well. Doesn't feel like it's gonna fall apart on me. Styled really well. Got decent components on it. And it goes 38, maybe even 40, 42 miles an hour if you can get it up that high. I don't really have much bad to say about this bike so far. I mean, it's not my favorite style of bike. I prefer moped style bikes. I prefer e-moto style bikes, but that's not this bike's fault. Like, that's just, it is what it is. I don't really have many negatives to say about this bike. I mean, if anything, it's a little bit too soft on the launch. I don't know if you could adjust that in the settings menu, but it is just, it doesn't kick you off the line. It doesn't get going. It doesn't feel super peppy off the line, but once you get up to speed, it's more of a momentum bike that when you get going, that's when the power really starts to show. If this thing holds up and it lasts well, then I think that this is a really awesome bike, especially for the price, man. Less than 1,300 bucks and you get a bike that goes 38 plus miles an hour. That's just awesome. So I see a tall person riding this, and I also see somebody who wants a bike that obviously is powerful. I mean, it's a dual motor bike. You want something that's powerful. The cool thing about having a dual motor bike is you can just cut that front motor off and it's a single motor bike now. And if you don't want to be going too fast, you want to be pedaling and putting in a little bit of exercise, you can definitely do that with this bike too. Yeah, and this is an awesome little bike. I would say as long as it holds up, man, it's got my seal of approval. This is a really, really cool looking bike. If you do want to pick one of these up, then you can go ahead and use that link down below. I've got a discount code for you guys so that you get the best price on this thing. For under $1,300, that is an absolutely crazy deal for a bike like this. So if you're in the market, you're a taller guy, you want to have a fast bike, then I think this is a great option for you. So that's our look at the OTIDA X2. Excellent big e-bike with big monster 26-inch wheels. I think it's a great bike. Go ahead and pick one up if you're interested, if you're thinking about it. Then I hope this video helped you make a decision. But anyways, guys, that is it for today. I'm gonna wrap the video up here. If you like this video, go ahead and subscribe and buy through my link if you can. Of course, it helps support the channel. All right, guys, catch y'all next time. Ride safe out there.